What is a language? Well, a language, and I use this definition always on the test, that a language is a system of visual, auditory, or tactile symbols of communication. And within it, it has the rules for how they go together and how to manipulate those symbols. Yeah. So brilliant in this is this idea of symbols. Yeah. That is something we touched on in the last little video clip, and we're going to continue to explore that. Now, children by the age of 5 have developed a kind of competency for their language system. It begins with them making sounds of the language system, and eventually the child learns the features of the language system, and after they've learned the sounds of it. Here's an image of, let me show you this baby here. And you can see that this baby is doing what we call baby talk. Yeah. And you can think, oh, it just means nothing. But it's more important than that. What the baby is learning is the sounds around him and how to make those sounds with this larynx. Yeah, with these vocal folds that come together and vibrate to be able to allow us to talk. That's a miraculous happening. We're going to look at that in a moment, and we even encourage that. We always talk about what was this child's first words, when did the first words happen, and intuitively, parents will take a child and show them something and say, cup. We want to say, this is C-U-P. This is a cup, yeah? And even things like hot, if this were a hot cup, we will tell them things and we'll give them these words. What the word is, the C-U-P, is a symbol, yeah? Much in the same way as this is my dog, yeah? D-O-G, yeah? And she's taking her nap here in the afternoon, and that is her couch. She likes to sleep on that couch the most, and I'm just interrupting her space here in her room with this lecture. But what's kind of amazing is that we have given these ideas, these words, yeah, that I can say that this is my dog. I can use that verbal thing and you can understand what that is, and that can communicate that. Now, even if my dog was, I'll come here, even if my dog was not in the picture, this dog, I could still talk about my dog and you would understand that that is my dog. Yeah, you would understand what I was talking about and what that meant. Now, she understands, this is Keikos, and Keikos, you see, she knows her name. Keikos is one of the smarter dogs that I've ever had. Yeah, I have a second dog. He's not as smart with words as Keikos. Keikos is a pretty verbal dog. She knows a series of words so that you can even tell from her ears here, if I say, Keikos, do you want a biscuit? That she will suddenly cock her head because she knows what that is. Yeah, I can use other words like, do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to go for a walk? And suddenly, now this is kind of mean because we're going to finish the lecture, but she knows what that word means. She's learned that in the same way that I could show a toddler a cup, and eventually the child would know cup, the child would know dog, the child would know cat. That those words, the D-O-G, well, those are arbitrary. You know, we've chosen those. They make sense in the language system. And different languages use different characters together to create those kinds of meaning. Yeah, now she's calming down, which is good. Maybe she's forgotten about the WALK. So anyway, just kind of a fascinating idea. But if you think about with a toddler, we're constantly trying to teach them language. And children by 5, they develop a series of 500 or so words, probably maybe even more. But once you have about 500 words, you can kind of put them together and you have a walking around sense of a language system. Now, the curious thing is if a child does not develop language by 5, they probably never will. And that's a kind of a sad moment for us in but if there's a specific and often there can be some kind of specific reason why that didn't happen. Yeah. One of my husband's nieces was born with a brain tumor, and she was developing language, and then suddenly the tumor grew and there was a surgery, and then she lost her language making ability. And that was a kind of real sadness, but also I learned from that just that how precious language is and how we develop it and how we use it.